right, everybody. Welcome back. How are you? What's going on? We're doing it. Welcome to the Sit Down Zumock podcast, episode 420, bro. 420 Sit Down Zumocks in the bank. I would have planned a special 420 show, but I haven't done a Sit Down Zumock podcast in months. And it's also the 10th year anniversary of my podcast. I didn't realize that. Oh, shit. Out of the gate. Member for 2 months. Timmy G. Thank you for being a member, first and foremost. Is Tyler actually dead? I assume not. Yes, he passed away 2 weeks ago. No, I'm kidding. No, he's not. He's okay. The reason why I took such a hiatus with the podcast is because Tyler and I were doing it together. We were picking up some steam and we're having fun. It was having a blast. And then he got busy. I mean, I got busy with something. I couldn't do it 1 week, and then he couldn't do it for 2 weeks. And I was sniping Kevin's show. And then I started doing Kumia's Cucks, and it was just too much. It was just going on, and we couldn't get together. We couldn't figure out a time to do it. You know, Tyler is not a comic. He's just my friend who started this podcast with me. We started 10 years ago. Here, let's go down memory lane. This is the old podcast. This is from 10 years ago. How time flies, everybody. There we are. There's me.
Your wife just farts and her stomach goes in, and you're like, oh shit. It was the Chipotle total.
Yeah.
All this time.
That's a callback, kids.
Well,
Call
shockingly enough, the amount of women on that show are usually
Maz
overweight. I know
Jabrani.
It's a shocker to think that. Like, oh my god, I was pregnant this whole time.
Ryan
I was
Bolton.
full.
I'm telling you, man. That's one reason to lose weight. So you can tell if you're pregnant.
Yeah, that is an incentive.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is from 10 years ago. The great Maz Jabrani and Ryan Dalton at the Map Room over in downtown Cleveland. So thanks to everybody that's been through all the reincarnations of this podcast since then, the inconsistency, the ups, the downs, the live shows. But I want to honestly thank you very much. And I always forget to say this. I'm on iTunes, I'm on Spotify, Pandora, all that stuff. I listen to my podcast audio form because I'm always riding my bike to the gym. I rarely watch video, and I didn't really start doing the YouTube until like January when Steel Toe started coming after me. And I really legitimately said, I got to learn this video shit. And the YouTube has grown over 4,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. From nothing. I'm not saying I'm something, but it's better. Episode 420, you should try some weeds. Not a bad idea. I have CBD oil. Will that do? Or is that not a good 420? Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ghost of Mr. P. The reason why I unblocked you because someone asked me to. So keep on your good behavior. Okay? Okay? Get out of line. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Rudy Borga. Hey, if you're in the chat room, why don't you hit like while you're at it? We're going to be going 2 o'clock. This is the schedule I think we're going to do. And honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with Sit Down Zumock. I don't know if I'm going to have a co-host, another co-host. Maybe Bill from Jersey will be the new co-host. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do more topical stuff. I'm thinking of things to do. So by all means, if you have any suggestions, email me, direct line. Barry Barzy just became a new YouTube member. Thank you. Yeah, open up your YouTube tabs and you might be gifted a free membership. We are 11 away from 400. So thank you to everybody that got a membership. This will be up there. Timmy G says you actually didn't explain where Tyler went. I just did. I legitimately did. It just said he got. Oh, did I lose my train of thought? He got busy with the NFL and his. He has 2 kids and it just got to be too much, and it's understandable. It's cool. He was just doing it for the love of the game. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert. I have the C word. I'm afraid to say it because I don't want to get flagged I had it in the title originally, and it had this whole, COVID-19 nonsense. And I'm like, okay, I haven't been feeling well, and I've had COVID twice, and both times it sucked. It wasn't like one of those, it wasn't fun. I had cold sweats. I was hot. It was, I went to an infrared sauna and just sat in there, tried to sweat it out, drinking tons of liquids, couldn't sleep. But I just haven't been feeling well. Yeah, Colt C knows what. Tyler works for the NFL and it's football season, so it's going to be impossible to have him on. Maybe we'll have him on the football show one episode, and which is going to be tomorrow or today. Today at 5:00, we're going to be doing the football show with special guest Earl Skakel. So yeah, I haven't been feeling well, and I said, all right. Yes, last night I just went and got tested, and I tested positive. But luckily, I'm going to the doctor. I was going to the doctors anyway because I wasn't feeling that great tomorrow. So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. But I got to be honest with you, it's not that bad. I just don't feel right. So it is fashionable, G-Rob. It's the cool thing. So I got to watch what I say about it because what's it say? I've never been vaxxed. So I didn't, like I said, I've survived it. It's fine. I don't know, but it's not as bad this time around. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But thanks. Thoughts and prayers to me, guys. Okay. Thoughts and prayers. Could you put me in your prayers and your thoughts so I can get through this? Thanks again to Gino Bisconte for sniping the show yesterday. That was funny. That's up on members only and Patreon right now. And why don't you go sign up to the Patreon right here? Let's roll it out. So be sure to look for me at 2:00 weekdays. I think Monday we'll do Mondays with Mazer at 2. Tuesday we'll do Comey as Cucks. Sit down Zumock on Wednesdays. And again, I don't know how the format of the show is going to go. I don't know if I'm going to just do news topics, have a guest on like I used to. The thing with guests, though, first of all, it's a pain in the ass to book them. And sometimes the guests, like if I had Tim Dillon on, I had him on once. It had like 25,000 downloads. And then I had on, who was it? Paul Michael Glazer, who played Starsky in Starsky and Hutch. And it went down to 3,000. So it was just too much of up and down analytics. And I said, that's why when I did with Tyler, I just wanted to let's just keep doing it, do it consistently, and let's see if we can get some momentum with it. And we were getting momentum. A lot of people were watching. The numbers were growing each and every week. And unfortunately, holy shit, is this true? No. Sometimes you guys do this on purpose. Thoughts and prayers with Tony Danza. The Tony Danza pass? Don't make me look this up. It's going to come back negative. You son of a bitch. I'll apologize if it's true. But until now, you son of a bitch. No, shut up. Get out of here. Get out of here, citizens. Beat it. Anyways, before we get going, I want to thank our $100 sponsors that are on my Patreon, patreon.com/SitDownZumock. And we picked up a new one. I'm about to do a plug. So stay with me on this. And if you'd like to be a sponsor for $100, send me an email. Send me an angel. I'm Ray now. I sing songs. Send me an email and tell me what you're trying to plug, what you're trying to push. Even if it's just your social media handle or something. You want to get your Patreon out there? You're running for office? Are you going to run for president in 2024? Let me know. Email me, chadzumock@gmail.com. And here's your $100 sponsors. The great Ken Mosca, who's on the football show this afternoon at 5:00 live. And again, if you like the NFL, we just talk NFL, we talk spreads and what happened last week. It's none of the Dabbleverse stuff. So if you are there for drama, Dabbleverse, it's not for you. You're not going to like it, so don't even tune in. Some people are like, what the fuck, man? Talk about Steel Toe. Why aren't you talking about Carl from Rochester? Because it's an NFL podcast, okay? There's no Stuttering John. There's no Uncle Rico. There's no Kevin Brennan. It's an NFL podcast. Sorry if you're disappointed, but we like the palate cleanse. I like the NFL. I like sports. I don't like talking about Gino and Chrissy and Patrick every fucking day of my life. It's just my life. So 5 o'clock today. Tune in. Blah, blah, blah. Ken Mosca, the great David Chandler. Thoughts and prayers to him. Jared Thompson, Stu John, Twinkleho 99, Tucker Steve, Randy P, Jack, who's been on for 2 months and just signed up now. My man Anthony. Anthony is an entrepreneur who reached out. He's a tech guy, and he's starting this thing called iReply.co. Go to iReply.co. What is iReply.co? Essentially, it's like Cameo, and it's a startup company. It will be in the App Store by next week, but right now you can do it online on your desktop, your laptop, your iPad, and essentially what happens here is you sign up, and people, if you reach out to, this is what they say on the website. iReply is the ultimate fan creator platform. Simply complete the contract form or contact form and pay what the reply fee and get a genuine response from your favorite star within 7 days, guaranteed. It's startup. They're ready to go. It's just like Cameo. So check it out, iReply.com. And, it's very affordable. And I like entrepreneurs. I like Jeff Levine over at Silk City Hot Sauce. I like the guys who are going out there doing it. They're doing it grassroots style. Respect. Respect. Go grassroots, baby. Fuck the corporations. Fuck Apple. Fuck them. Fuck them. Like Tim Dog. Fuck them. So check it out, everybody. Go check that out. Crom, I'm going to fucking block you again, you douchebag. Anyways, so let's address, if you didn't tune in yesterday, I had a thing going through the comments and the tweets and the emails, and it's inside, I guess, quote unquote, the Dabbleverse, if you will. And it was very disheartening, and we're going to cover it today. So, Patrick Melton, who I was an acquaintance with, that I worked with once, that I went over a year not talking to, and with a couple text exchanges, and then next thing you know, he's doing videos on me. We started out very friendly. I was calling into a show. When we worked together, we got along well. But most internet trolls, they turn on you, and that's essentially what happened. I realized he's got some fucking mental issues. He's emotional. I just said, okay, I don't want to deal with this dude. And I think I was a big cheerleader for him in this world. I brought him on Kevin Brennan's show. I had him on my show. I promoted his stuff. And like that, just like Kevin Brennan, the narcissist, they get a narcissistic injury they'll never forget. And next thing you know, he went from saying I was hilarious. He said I had one of the best jokes he's ever seen. It's all on video. And he goes, I like what you're doing. I suck. I've always hated you. Hit that like button, by the way, on the YouTube channel. If you're listening to this on iTunes, you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyways. So, and then he starts doing these videos, and he's lying. He does these little on everybody, because everyone to him is dumber than him. They're not as funny as him. And he points out it's all projection. It's all narcissistic behavior. It's a guy who is broken. It's a guy who's been abused his whole life, and he's taking it out on everybody. Everybody. He's the angry nerd who now got his weapon, the computer. So when I first met him, I thought he was like bigger than what he is because he tried to sell me. He's like, yeah, I got Mark Maron started. Bill Burr used to use my studio. I had him on my podcast. And I'm like, all right. And he's like, I had one of the first podcasts. I'm like, cool. I never heard of you. Actually, I did. I heard it through Earl. I heard through Earl who he was. Earl knew who he was. So I'm like, okay, if Earl knows him and Earl likes him, then I guess he's cool. And turns out, no, not really. And he essentially was a comedian at one point. Now he's just a full-on internet troll. And a few years ago, what was it, 10 years ago or something? I don't remember. He got trolled super hard by Red Bar. And he like kind of like disappeared for a while. And he like went away from what I understand. That's like his big credit is he got trolled by Red Bar hardcore for like 2 years. Patty Fat puts on a great show. Well, you know what? And I never, unlike him, I never said, you can't listen. I'm not like him and Kevin where it's either me or him. Listen to all of it. You can even listen to Steel Toe. I don't know why, but go ahead. But Patrick is determined because we have a lot of crossover fans, but he is determined to turn all of them against me. And a few of you did because you're dumb, you're sheep. But he'll manipulate you, and you guys just take the bait every single time because he wants to be what Red Bar did to him, and that's all it is. But I'm the Mud Shark. I don't give a fuck. I've been through every war you can possibly think of for years. From fighting with Maxwell, from fighting with Rover. Way bigger shows. Way bigger terrestrial radio shows. The fighting with Alan Cox. I've been doing it for a long time. The fight with Kevin Brennan of all people. I was like one of the few people that went up against Kevin Brennan. Carl in Rochester. Chrissy Mayer and her boyfriend Frank. Gino, Anthony. I've been through it all. I'm not scared of you. At all. At all. Your shit's weak. It is. We're going to do a deep dive. We're going to do a nice dive on Patrick and who he really is. And how he only got this wave of quote unquote way on the other side of the internet fame, this small nugget of attention that he never had throughout his whole career. Claims he started podcasting 20 years ago. If you look at the numbers, it doesn't make any sense how there was no growth whatsoever. Zero until he met me. That's a fact. So essentially what happened was I had a show in Dallas 2 weeks ago. Anytime I do a show, everyone's just trying to like, none of these guys leave their fucking house. Patrick's 2013 Pontiac's been parked in his driveway for probably 3 months. Unless we took his fat ass to the grocery store. They never leave. And when you do something or you go on it, they just criticize. They can't because they can't. They can't. Patrick says he quit comedy. No, comedy quit him. Nobody wants him. Nobody was talking about him. He's not that good of a comic. And he's just like, I transitioned to other thing. I do other stuff. I got festivals in Europe and they pay me. I'm like, okay, sure. Okay. I'm sure that's the case. No, you transitioned. You became the guy when you first started podcasting. You built the studio. You knew how to put together the equipment. And then real comics came over and used it like Bill Burr. And what they essentially did was, hey man, if you let me use your studio, I'll let you open for me at the Brea Improv, do 15. So that's your comedy career. Is doing HTML code, building websites, making merch for real comedians, and in return, you get stage time. That was your career. And then you realize, I'm never going to make it, and I'm never going to be a headliner at the Improvs or the Funny Bones. You've never headlined a weekend anywhere. Oh, this is a side note. Just to give you an idea, when Patrick and I were getting along, basically, I said, we should do a show in Tampa because he's from Tampa. And I go, and he said the Tampa Improv was his home club. So I reached out to Bob Joyce, the GM, and I pitched him, hey, how about Patrick and I co-headline a weekend? You know, since he's from here and I live here now, I can go on Calta, promote it. He wrote back. I never said this. I never told anybody this. I got the email. He wrote back, Patrick's not a headliner. He said that. His home club. Patrick's not a headliner. And I pitched him co-headlining. And he didn't say Chad wasn't. He said Patrick's not a headliner. So there you have it. I'll put it in my Discord. So I just like, okay, let's watch a little bit of this guy who claims to be something, and he's attacking me, full on attacking me. Oh, let me get back to what I was saying. I was in Dallas, and thank you for becoming a new member. Kenya Kaye. Kenya Kaye. This will be up on your memberships, everybody. Hit that like button. So I just had chili. Oh, I had it DoorDash. Anyways, sorry, I have COVID, everybody. Thoughts and prayers for me, would you? Thoughts and prayers. So basically what happened was Sketty Tooth John came out to the show. And I've had multiple interactions with her online. She's been a big contributor to my show, my Patreon. She was on there for a very long time. Nice enough. She would always send nice letters or DMs. Letter. Yeah, she wrote me letters. She had like a feather pen. She put it in a bottle and eventually came into the Atlantic Ocean port of Tampa. And I got it. And I read, no. And so she was very nice. And I booked the show. Club owner reached out to me and I gave her my avails. And it doesn't matter. I booked the show. She came out to the Friday. I already talked about this, but let me recap everybody. She came out to the Friday show and sat in the front row. And after the show, I was selling my merch, you know, and she came out with a gentleman. And she said, I'm Sketty Tooth John. And I recognized because I seen her photo and she started, and I said, oh yeah. And I got excited and she got excited and she was jumping up and down. We hugged and again, we had a nice conversation. We sat there well into my second show. And, you know, the room manager came, the manager came to get me. He's like, hey, the feature's on right now. You might want to get ready. I'm like, oh yeah. So, but I sat there and because, you know, she drove almost 3.5, 4 hours to see me. And I was like, wow, that's very sweet. Very nice. And they said, you know, we were just going to come to the Saturday show, but we wanted to come today. And, you know, and I did the show, hung out with them after, you know, and there was people coming by. There was comment, like I could have hung out with anybody, but I chose to hang out with them because I was flattered. They drove 4 hours to see me. It was very cool. And they came back the next night and we did the same thing. It was all nice. And she sent me a nice message, sent me photos we took. It was all good. It was a great weekend. She had fun. I had fun. Everyone had fun. Everybody there had a good time. But Melton, who is a troll, and he can't accept the fact that people like me. He hates me. I gave him a narcissistic injury when I said, I'm done with you. I deleted his number, blocked him. So he wants everyone else to hate. He's like Kevin Brennan. He's like, you got to choose a side. So he makes this poor girl, Spaghetti Tooth John, this poor girl, call into his show. She's very shy. And he's pressuring her into saying something mean, anything. And she's just trying, you can tell she's nervous on the phone. You can tell she's not comfortable. She doesn't really want to be there. And she's trying to be honest. And every time she says something, he tries to manipulate it. He's like, oh, he only sold 110 tickets. Oh my God, he sucks, blah, blah, blah. And he kept doing that. And she kept saying, I had a great time. It was funny. It was fun. And a couple of things she said, I ignored her in the front row, which I never did. I addressed her. I didn't know who she was. She looked familiar. I didn't put two and two together until she said, this is who I am. She also said that the numbers were off in attendance. Like she also said that I did the same dry bar set And I was pissed because like, what are you talking about? So I reached out to her. I sent him a DM on MySpace. She's in my top 5. And no, I sent her a DM on Patreon. I go, dude, why are you lying? I didn't. And she wrote back this nice letter. I read it all yesterday. Sammy V is a member for 4 months. Thank you, Sammy V. 80% of the people in the chat are NLL spies, Chad. Save your breath. They're ruthless and attacking packs. Sketty is being used. Hope she's okay. Okay, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to all of it. Okay. When your granny's horse video, Chad, Sketty, I don't know what that means. You're obnoxious. Very obnoxious. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit everything. So we have this back and forth exchange where I'm not happy about the whole situation. And she like assured me, she said I was nervous. I must have misspoke. I didn't mean this. I didn't mean to say that. And it was Patrick putting her in a very, very difficult position. She didn't want to be there. She didn't want to be on the phone. Patrick tried to make a great weekend, a great interaction, and he tried to fucking ruin it. So he basically took one of his fans and fucked it up because of his hatred for me. He used her to hurt me. That was his only goal, was to hurt me. And then he takes the clip of her phone call and puts it out with the clickbait so people can watch it because he wants to hurt me. Well, he ended up hurting her. He did. And you guys are all sheep because of it. And now from there, all you online trolls, start lying. He said I doxed her, although her Twitter handle was her actual name until she left the Twitter because she didn't want any backlash. So, okay, that didn't happen. Saying I tried to get her fired. I was harassing her. I read all the messages. She can read them back. Put them in the Discord. Put them all in the Discord. Read away. So it's all a lie. No one tried to get her fired. And I actually said that. Don't do that. That's for anybody. Anyone. I can't stand Steel Toe. If he had an actual job, I'd be like, don't call his job. And yeah, and then, none of it happened. Nobody was being harassed. In fact, we had a nice exchange yesterday, and I said, listen, if you want to talk, give me a call. We could, just fix this whole thing. Patrick, he caused all of this. He caused all of it. So all you blind sheep, you NOL, we're onions. We're the Agent Onions. We listen to anything Patrick says because we're just sheep. Sheep. Go ahead. Believe it. I don't want you here. If you're that wishy-washy of a fan that you drink the Kool-Aid, go away. Again, like I said yesterday, I'd rather have 20 strong than 100 fucking flakes. I want a community of like-minded individuals that can share ideas, jokes, and have fun. That's all I want. I'm not trying to divide, conquer, pick a side. Patrick is a snake oil salesman. He's always saying Steel Toe's a grifter. He's a grifter. Big time. And a fraud. The numbers, they don't lie. They don't lie. I mean, he always acts like he was this big podcast, one of the first podcasters. Got Mark Maron started. Been around for 20 years in the game. He's done it all in comedy. Doesn't need to do any more. You think within 20 years of being online, being a computer dork, there's growth. There's growth, the Why Are We Garbage? Are You Garbage podcasts? How come they grew? How come Tim Dillon grew? Went from relatively unknown to something. Millionaires. How come this guy hasn't grown in social media just in weight? That's his Twitter or his Facebook. He has 4,000 followers. That's it. That's it. And he's had this page for a long fucking time. My fan page, over 13,000. I'm not saying it's great, but I'm also saying I'm not one of the first social media guys. I'm not this first podcast. Oh, and let's go over to TikTok here. 86 followers. Holy shit. Holy shit. Mr. Computer Guy, Mr. Graphics, Mr. HTML, 86. I have over 50,000, and I don't even try. Twitter or Instagram, a little over 1,000. I have almost 8,000, and I don't try. So something's off with these numbers, man. If you're this fucking social media guy, something's off. I don't get it. We're going to go over some more numbers. Lance, $5. Welcome, Lance. Different girl, same story. Melton also used and abused Dirty Dalish for content and then kicked her to the curb. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that also. I'm hearing a lot of things. I check my sources before I run with it recklessly like Melton and Kevin Brennan. Hit the like button. And then you go to his YouTube. Again, podcasting for over 20 years in the game. Look at these Social Blade numbers. Here, I'll take myself off the screen so you can look at the whole thing. It's just interesting how he, because when I ran into him, when he started talking about me, I think he had like 6,000 subscribers. He had like 6,000. So when he got involved with me and Steel Toe, Mr. 20 years in the podcasting game had 6,000. And just recently, he said he was going to beat Steel Toe to 10,000. And then he grew up to 9.06, and this was on August 22nd. And then the subscribers started mysteriously coming in. He went from 10 to 30, and he kept going up. And on the 24th, he went up 240. And the next day, 220. And the next day, 100. And the next day, 270. And then he's almost about to hit 10,000 to beat Steel Toe to 10,000. And then you guys hilariously start unsubscribing to his YouTube. So he goes down minus 20. So he goes down minus 20. Then within a day, he's up 200 at 10.1. How's this happening? How is this happening? Then on September 14th, he went up another 100 in one day. And it just keeps growing. I don't know. Little fishy. A little fishy. Patrick's beard pays the bill so he can sit all day and talk shit. 5 months. Bill avoider. Don't avoid Bill avoider. Okay? Don't avoid him. If you see him, communicate immediately. Right? Because he's the warrior. That was dumb. Anyways, so this guy, who claims he's something, turns out he's nothing. I'm just curious. And you guys are blindly, we're part of the Onion Army. Sammy V, why can't Patrick podcast with the best of them? Why just he settle with low-level people in the Dabbleverse? He loves being Mr. Know-it-all here, but he can't be Ray or Chow if he tried hanging. Those numbers I sold you on social media, I swear to God, these are Stevie Lou numbers. Ray DeVito has better numbers on social media than Patrick Melton. On Instagram, TikTok, I mean, these are Stevie Lou numbers. This is an open micer. This is a legit open micer. This isn't a guy who's done it. This isn't a guy who knows it. And again, that poor Sketty Tooth John, he used her and spit her out and then tried to manipulate his audience. You know, he couldn't just leave the girl alone and let us have a nice friendship from a great weekend. He had to turn all this chaos, and you guys just took the bait. You said you have 162 people watching. Yeah, dude, it's a new time slot. I'm starting over. Sit down, Zumock. I got to pivot because I'm not going to snipe watch Kevin every day. I'm over it. I'm done. This show sucks. I don't watch it anymore. I hear his it's like Ray DeVito. I hear the tone of his voice. I got to turn it off. The tone. And I'm not claiming, you know, when I was doing Sit Down Zumock with Tyler, we were easily averaging 400. We would hit 400. That's the momentum we were on. So I got to pivot. And you could either come with me or just leave. Go somewhere else. I don't care. I really don't. Because you guys are the flakes. And again, if you're just tuning in, I'm starting at 2 p.m. Mondays with Mazers on Monday. Kumias Cucks on Tuesday. Sit Down Zumock on Wednesday. Football show at 5 o'clock Wednesday. I don't know if I'll do Thursday and Friday, but Saturday at 4, we'll do another Kumias Cucks. I also have some other things we're working on. Here's the thing. The month of October, I just turned down 2 weekends with Godfrey because he wanted me to open. And, you know, it's my friend. I'll open for my friend. It's great. So I said, listen, Sketty's a real fan. I hope we could talk it out. I really do. Because he caused a lot of problems that isn't necessary. The reason why I'm not going to do it, I have some stand-up dates in October. You'll hear about them, trust me. But I just want to focus strictly on this. I got to build it. There's things I got to do. I'm so far behind. I'm scattered. I got notes everywhere of things I got. These are all to-do lists. Look at this. To-do list, to-do list, to-do list. I got so much shit I got to organize and get together and just kind of really focus on the podcast. I got to focus. So, David Chandler, 1999. Melton is always wrong. By the way, if you have a suggestion for a task for him, your opinion will be weighed heavily. Underline, capitalize heavily. Shrink about it. Spud. Hilarious. So we went over the numbers. And then let's go to his YouTube because that's the one place, the numbers we haven't checked. And again, been in the game for 20 years, this guy. He's been around for 20 years. Sorry, Chan, I got to take you down real quick. And I'm looking at these numbers here. This is like when he had this rivalry going with comedian Ty Riviera. And it was, I'm telling you what, man, big time. I mean, he was pulling in 280 views, 216 views. Oh, 316. Wow. And if you keep going back, the numbers get worse. 2 years ago, 154, 139, 72 views. Wow. This one, he just went fucking crazy. The Secret to No Carb Pizza, 994, almost cracked 1,000. But this is Mr. 20-year podcast. This is the guy who's killing it. Doesn't need Dabbleverse. You keep going back, it just gets worse and worse and worse. 92, 194. And then we keep scrolling up. Let's go through. Let's get up to current date. 138. Oh, they got some momentum right there. 416, 313. What else do we got here? Ooh, 216. Oh, I already said that one. Oh, then he had Christian Finnegan on as a guest interview. 169 views. The guy from the Chappelle Show who quit. Oh, look, there's me when I was first on the podcast 1 year ago. Look at that. 1 year ago. How time flies. Hey, to my credit here, look. Look at me. I was at 535 views the first time I was on his podcast. That was a year ago. Was there video? No, we didn't do video. It was so 500. So even like a year ago, I was bringing the numbers for him. And I didn't have anything going on. I just quit Kevin's podcast that weekend. I was with him. And if he says I didn't, he's lying. You know, then he keeps going. Oh, this one kind of broke out. 3.5 views. And the clickbait titles, Chris Angel sucks. Failed show, 0 TV ratings. So he was going with the steel toe. Clickbait. What else do we got here? And he was doing the Donald Trump. He's talking about Trump. He was trying to do the Crowder route. When I first met him, he was watching a lot of Crowder. He's like, I'm going to be the next Crowder. But I only got 152 views, so it just wasn't working out. Then all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, boom, steel toe. Can't be serious. 2.6 thousand views. 1,000 steel toe. These steel toe things just started blowing up. 3.2. Now he's in the thousands, from the hundreds to the thousands. Then he goes after Opie, who's he's probably never met, like steel toe does. Yeah, so he's covering April and steel toe, getting 1.2 thousand mile. Then he starts covering me, 2.8. Then he gets involved with the Dabbleverse. Then he gets involved with Kevin, and he's well over 1,000. Well over 1,000. So do you think that Melton has less real live views? He probably does. They're probably less. He probably bought viewers. You can buy live viewers. I mean, he obviously bought subscribers. The numbers say it on Social Blade. Don't all YouTube videos have less views as you go back? LOL, a single mother of 5. Yeah, but he's been doing this for 20 years. He always says it's 20th year anniversary of Nobody Likes Onions. I've had on Bill Burr. This is all I do for a living. This is like my main thing. So it's just weird how there's just no growth. There's no growth. Chad, this isn't working. Just apologize to Sketty. I don't have to. I didn't do anything. I legitimately didn't do anything. They're creating this narrative that it doesn't exist. I just asked her, like, what the fuck? And then she told me her explanation. And I go, why would you go on Patrick's? Why would you let Patrick do that to you? Why would you let him manipulate you? You obviously did not want to be on the show. So Hosey Wales will forgive you. You don't have to. I don't care. If you're that much of a flake, and you said you were a fan before, just go. I'd rather have 20 strong than 100 flakes. I would gladly love to talk to her. I'd love to have a conversation. And I that was the last message I said. If you want to talk, I'll give you my number. But none of this needed to happen. Patrick never needed to do this. He didn't have to report on my gig. He didn't have to contact. Leave the fucking fans alone. Leave them alone. Okay? Hit like. But this was his show back in the day, man. Oh, yeah. Here's another thing. He has this 24-hour YouTube stream for some reason.
Really? Who cares? Maybe he rapes. Maybe he rapes hard. Maybe he rapes often. None of my business. I can't get involved. The point is,
Every time you see it,
it's
look
the
at
same thing with Ray in the video. Right? Melton did a fake video.
4 people watching.
Fake
Like,
video.
why is
Melton
this?
did a fake video. It's a fake video. Melton did a fake video. Then when you ask him, how do you know it's fake? Why are you telling everybody the video is fake? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't really know anything about it. I don't know anything about videos. I don't know. I'm sorry. It's like, well, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up.
4 people are watching this right now.
I this thing where you run around proclaiming facts
Well,
instead of framing it correctly. Like somebody in my chat said that video is fake, but I'm not sure. That's a big difference between you running around going, Melton put up a fake video, Melton put up a fake video. Because we all
Technically, 180 people are watching it now because of me.
times Melton put up a fake video, Melton put up a fake video, Melton put up a
You know what's so funny? He attacks Ray, and I agree 100%. He should. Everybody should. In fact, if you're not attacking Ray, what's wrong with you? We have to have an intervention with Ray to quit podcasting. That's a fact. But he shits on Ray so bad. I mean, it's brutal how bad he shits on him. And I said it yesterday. I agree with 90% of what he's saying. But Ray has no problem like hanging out with him in Atlantic City for the non-event where Patrick had to fly out because he was lonely and he needed Kevin's approval. He literally flew to Atlantic City to hang out with Kevin Brennan. What the fuck's wrong with you? And these lazy fucks don't do stand-up at all. They won't even put on a show. Damn it, Chad. Were you just saying he has way more viewers now? Isn't that growth? You just said he has no real growth. No, I'm saying he didn't get any growth until he started interacting with me, and I brought him on Kevin Brennan's podcast. I brought him my podcast. I was doing Kumia's Cucks at the time, and my numbers were great. And I never claimed to be a YouTuber or a podcast. I had one, but I didn't focus on it. I put no energy into it until I had to. But anyways, he shits on Ray, and then he goes to Atlantic City and he's on his podcast. They're hanging out. Then all of a sudden he's right back to shitting on Ray again. And he tried to pull that shit with me. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. You're not that guy. You're not that dude. You're not Red Bar back in the day. You're not the puppeteer. I'm going to send my little army, the Onion Army. And it is little. But this is his show back in the day. This is not even back in the day. This is last year. Titled, What's Wrong with Everyone? Why is everyone suddenly bonkers? 70 views. November 30th, 2022. I met him in October of 2022. 70 viewers. And he, like I said, he was at like 6,000 subscribers.
Most of the reason.
Look at the change in content. It's almost like he purposely said, I'm going to be a troll. I'm the next Red Bar. He was like trying to be Steven Crowder. But now this is, let's listen.
People are crying on Twitter, as we'll get to, are like intellectually dishonest. You're all just fucking like weird gaslighting nuts. It's like Saudi's own Twitter before this happened, Saudi's own Twitter now. It's
he's a talking head.
Jack
Oops.
Dorsey, was he some shining light of a billionaire that like you agreed with everything? You don't know anything about Jack Dorsey and what he believes in. By the way, I think he's working with Elon.
He really was trying to be Steven Crowder.
I think he regrets a lot of what happened at Twitter. I think he's been public.
This is when Steven Crowder was kind of blowing up.
Difference? Like, what's wrong with everybody?
So Patrick's like, I'm going to be Steven Crowder.
Wall. Did you know that guy? Did you know Sanjay Gupta, their head lawyer? Did you know any of these people?
Steven Crowder, the whole Steven Crowder thing was not working. What I'm trying to say is he haven't had any success until he ran into me. All right, if I missed the super, let me see if I missed the super chat or two here. God damn it, Matt. Timmy G, $5. Hi, Timmy G. Hi, Timmy G's lawyer. Remember that was a thing? It's hilarious. Would you say you're a YouTuber now? Is the taking Kevin's numbers something you coordinated with Shuli or no? No, I'm saying I'm focused more on it. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a YouTuber. My numbers suck. But I would like to grow it organically, not Chrissy Mayer style, and buy subs like her and Frank do. Brick by brick, like by like, hit like, comment by comment, subscriber by subscriber, member by member. Get yourself a membership. Is the taking of Kevin's numbers something you coordinated with Shuli or no? No. I don't know why. I know Shuli I can't speak for Shuli, but he said he was going to start doing it every day at 4. Uncle Rico. And I quit sniping Kevin's show one week because I just didn't want to do anything. And that was the week he contacted Swartzen trying to get me fired. He was trying to encourage people to like get me fired from other clubs. And he was just talking mad shit. So I came back to snipe him. I was like, I said, I texted Shuli and I texted Bob, I'm going up at 4-2. My numbers aren't going to be as good as yours, but let's bury this fuck. And then I watched that Monday episode of Kevin's show. It was so bad. I go, I'm out. Kevin, I know you're watching. Talk about me all you want. I'm done with you for good. No more sniping your shit show. Congratulations. He sent me an email. He goes, I made over $200,000 this year, you piece of shit. Yeah, with a lot of me and Bob's help. That's another thing that happened. When I rejoined your show with Bob and we were doing that, you went up at least 4,000 subscribers. I remember because I was trying to help that thing grow, but you're a fucking dick. You don't give a shit. You use people just like Patrick. You use the fans just like Patrick. You use Sketty Tooth just like you use Borgo. So good. Have fun with your $200,000 you made this year. Good for you. Have fun. It's the most money you've made in years. And and he's always talking about his TV credits. None of those credits, it doesn't matter. None of those shows are on the air anymore. Ooh, Conan, not on the air. David Letterman, not on the air. Premium Blend, not on the air. HBO Half Hour, they don't do them anymore. Unless you're a gay black man like Gerard Carmichael. Rack me. Let me read some of the chat. I've been ignoring a lot of it. I just been focused on the super chats. Single mother of 5. That's a lot of kids. $2. Uh-oh, you can't see how many he has on his website. Oh, I'm sure the overdose was huge. I'm sure it was just huge. And it was just his other numbers. The free stuff, that was down. But the overdose, through the fucking roof. I guarantee 8 months ago, his overdose was well over 15,000 subscribers. Get the fuck out of here. You'll go lie in your Discord. They'll believe you. They'll go believe you. Melton's fans are losers, Spencer K. Not all of them. Some of them are cool as fuck. Some of them are crossover and they're cool. They see through the bullshit. And again, Ace says, tell the full Mike David versus Patrick story. I only know it from secondhand, from what other people told me. I didn't really do a deep dive on it. Maybe I will. I should probably look into it some more. But apparently, because Patrick's a sensitive fuck. He really is. He could play tough guy on the radio and he's sitting in his dark room and he's just like, Ray. Ray's one of the dumbest people. I don't have time for people. You're wasting my time. My time is valuable. Ray, lose my number. Hit the like button. By the way, it's the summer of hats. Go get yourself an onion hat. And while you're there, sign up for the overdose. Okay, my Ray's great. My Ray's pretty fucking good. My April's good. My Bob Levy's good. Listen to me. My Florentine's good. What's wrong with you? You got problems. My Melton, not so good. Not bad for off the cuff, first try. Not bad. And then someone sent a clip that Chad's future ex-girlfriend, love it. Who might you be, future ex-girlfriend? By the way, I won't give out too much information, but I met a lady the week I worked with Nick Swartzen in Tampa, and she was very attractive, way out of my league. Back in the day when Z-Man was in shape, when the Shark had abs, probably. Now 48-year-old, out of shape Chad, not so much. You know? The rec league basketball playing Chad, maybe. The loser YouTube podcaster that sits in his apartment, not so much. Well, anyways, I'm still in contact with her. Dude, my Melton is good. Thanks, Chow. 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 Brilliant. He said he used to sell my hats. You know, the only reason he did that is because I had heat at the time, and he put it in his store so you could go to his store to buy his hats. He wasn't trying to help me out. He didn't give a fuck. He literally, much like he used Sketty Tooth, put her in an awkward position to hurt me. The impression wasn't exact, but you captured the essence. All right. The reviews are in. The reviews are in. So funny. Keep doing that impression. What is. Okay? What is. You know, it comes to the point where you're just like, stand-up comedy's dumb. It's dumb. I already did it. I traveled the world. I own a home. I got a dog. And Ray's driving across country for $50. $50! Trying to make me get out of my bed for $50. Ray, you're getting dumber and dumber by the day and lose my number. You're dumb. Until I fly to Atlantic City so I can kiss up to Kevin Brennan, and then we'll hang out. And then I'll go back to calling you dumb, stupid. You're 50 with a roommate. I'm an adult. Again, summer of hats. Go get yourself an onion hat. Sign up for the overdose. Get yourself a membership. It's going to be another 5 hours of this, of me repeating myself. Ray, you're dumb. You're just not smart. I'll pretend like that's talent, repeating over and over and over and over again. I will pretend that's talent. Ray. Hit the like button. Let's get caught up with the super chats. David Chandelier, $2.79 from Canada. I want to let all you Canadians in the chat know right now that I appreciate the super chat, but I also want to let you know our currency's better. America, currency. Kenneth Pogue. Oh, God, my neck. Again, if you're just joining me, I tested COVID positive, guys. So I'm dying. I probably don't have much longer because I'm not vaccinated. Wizard Nug, $2.99. Melton is sniping you. Look out. Oh, no. Well, that's great because I was only doing an hour. So have fun. I was just joining. Bill, I talked about you earlier. Shout out Bill. Well, anyways. Two more Melton breathing sounds. Anyway, so that's going to be the schedule for now until we figure things out. But we'll be back at 5 o'clock today. We're going to do the football show. Our guest will be Earl Skakel. And again, if you're in the Dabbleverse, you're not going to want to watch it. If you give a shit about any of these people, if you watch the podcast because of these people, if you're watching it because of this guy, if you watch me because of him, this isn't the show for you. It's an NFL show. We talk football and that's it. We fuck around. So don't come there and bitch. Like, what the fuck, man? I don't want to hear about Tom Brady. Don't come. Don't come. So, and you're like, it's whatever, man. Football's gay. Yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch it at all. We're doing it for fun. It's a palate cleanser. It's a good way to get away from all this bullshit. And go Browns, even though the season's over. So 5 o'clock today, we will be back with the football program. And again, I always forget to plug iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, where you can get the podcast for free too. But you can also sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/sitdownzumock. That's patreon.com/sitdownzumock as we celebrate our 10th anniversary. What's going on with the show? Where's it going to go? What's going to happen? We're going to figure it out. Plans are in place. Month of October, things are happening. So on behalf of me, thank you so much for your support. Again, 5 o'clock today, football, Rack Me podcast with Earl Skakel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Let's count the troops and bring home the votes.